Welcome to Monks Alive. Tony and I were talking about that bird, that blue heron that was on the tree, and just how ragged he looked. He must have been flying for a long time. Now, they are pretty. Here's one that I took in one in Virginia. They can be very pretty, but man, that one wasn't. He was sort of ragged looking. Got Tony on the line here. He's going to come on in just a second. Tony, just before you do, I've got some bragging that I got to do. I just got to get this out of the way. Oh, and I got Don on here. Hey, welcome, Don. We're going to have fun. Nicole hikes a lot. She sent me some canvas prints, and she sent these just a while ago, and I had to show them. I've got them back here in the back of the studio now, but I wanted you to really see them up close. This was the moose and the baby moose that she got in Colorado. Hoping to do a hike with them in next July in Colorado and see a moose. They promised me. There's another great photo that she took just of a stream there. And then this was a couple of photos from the last trip. That's me standing on top of that bluff there in Canyonlands National Park. So that was my hero picture. And then she took these little bluebells, I call them, beautiful little flowers. And she also painted these rocks. So this is sort of my Nicole Hikes a Lot corner, and she's done very well by me. Let's see, a couple of other things I just want to point out, and then I'm going to get these guys on here. She also has a calendar, and she sent me her calendar, and she's got her pictures in here. If you're interested in this, let me know, and I'll find out the details on how you can order it from her. She's got some amazing pictures in here. It must be the year for calendars, and we must be all thinking alike, because I did a calendar as well. This is my calendar, and I've got 12 of my favorite pictures from 2025 in here. That snow shot was from Utah just a few weeks ago. I also have, that's just a little lily pond, and you can see down here there's whoa, if I can find it there, come on down here, there he is, there's the turtle. Trying to do this upside down and backwards is not easy. And then another little fountain shot, but this was the photo that I took from Utah. That was one of my favorite shots of the year. And then this is I think my favorite shot is the Milky Way over Fajada Butte in New Mexico, there at Chaco Canyon. So if you're interested, these are $24.95 plus shipping and handling, and the cheapest deal I could get was a total $10.45 for shipping, $35 for the calendar. But I tried to make it. I have 6 of these coffee mugs that my brother-in-law made. He's a potter. They're signed by him on the bottom, and these aren't your mugs that you get at the store. These are real hand-thrown mugs with my logo on it. So I would sweeten the deal, and if you're wanting a calendar and a mug, and I have 6 mugs, so for the first 6, the whole package would be $55, and that way I can buy Christmas presents. So there you are. Enough of the sale stuff. Let me get these guys on here because they don't want to see all that. Tony, Don. Man, Don, it's good to see you.
Hey, Don. Yeah, good to see you. Howdy. Hi, Tony.
How are you guys doing?
I'm recovering.
You're recovering?
I just spent 4 days hiking the desert. So
oh, man.
I'm in recovery mode now.
Yeah. How was it?
It doesn't look near as red as it did yesterday. I'll say that.
Do you use sunscreen when you get out there?
Oh, I've never touched the stuff.
Yep.
I can't stand it either.
I start breaking out. I'm flaky on my arms, my legs, because I don't use a moisturizer either, because I'll just start breaking out.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Sounds like just flyover going on.
low humidity does get to you after a while. I took
Yeah.
a shower today and come out and I was dry.
No kidding. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Sorry about the aircraft.
That's okay. Sounds like the sound of freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally I'll be standing out there watching them go by too.
Yeah. Oh, Don, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just I don't think I've been on here for a little over a month. I think
Yeah.
have I talked to you since we got back from the Sheltoe in Kentucky?
No.
Yeah. So Tracy and her friends hiked that, and I did support, and I hiked some day hikes and some overnights with them and that sort of thing. But mainly I was carrying all their gear and food and having fun when they weren't
You were
around.
carrying in the car, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I got to go to a YouTube meetup up in the Red River Gorge with.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Was that Nicole's group?
I think so, because they mentioned her, and I said, "Why isn't she here? I wanted to meet her because I knew you knew her."
Yeah. Well, she was out in Utah, and they did that trip out west when they were doing the meetup there at Red River Gorge. So,
Yeah, it was fun. I spent 2 nights and a day and a half, and we went on a day hike to the Indian Staircase and some other around the rim, and got a tour by with backpacking with Jason, and I met Jeremiah Stringer and John Kelly from the
Cool
Backpacking Podcast and a bunch of other YouTubers that were there.
Yeah.
I did
Jason's
kind of
good
the same thing this weekend.
Oh,
Went
did
out
you?
and met a whole bunch of YouTubers. Whole different genre though. I mean, I'm into the RV stuff and stuff like that, and most of the people I know are not into hiking. At least around me, you know. They look at me like I'm nuts, you know.
I bet. So were they RVers?
Yeah.
Okay.
A bunch of RVers up here north in Quartzsite.
Cool.
Stopped by and saw a bunch of them and stayed the night up there Saturday night, and just visited all Sunday morning, you know. That was fun.
Yeah. That would be fun. It's fun to get out. I mean, to be with Nicole and Tim, when we went out through Utah, that was a lot of fun. And then Nicole sort of dropped out of the YouTube stuff. She doesn't do it anymore. She does she does have Instagram. She's an amazing photographer.
I don't think I got her on Instagram. I'll have to check that.
Okay.
Is it? It's still Nicole Hikes a Lot, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, I'll look it up later.
Yeah, she does.
I was wondering, you know, because she hasn't posted anything on YouTube for a long time now.
Yeah, she just got. I mean, well, you know how it is. If you get to where you feel like you're compelled to make something, and
I don't like that.
I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. So, yeah,
I do it as I feel like doing it. You know, that's why it's just a hobby, not anything else for me.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like that too. I've got some PCT videos that I've kind of edited. I've edited about 5 or 6, but you know, they're almost ready to post, but I just kind of don't finish them up, and I will eventually, maybe in the next month. But
okay.
When I decide to do a video, I film it, I edit it, and I publish it. I try to give one a week. Sometimes I skip a week. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, that's the simplest thing. You know, you don't want to watch me walking around picking up rocks. That's what the whole next video is me wandering around the desert picking up rocks. I use my app that's called Track My Ride. And GPS tracks. It was zigzags, full grid pattern, crossed areas. You know, I did like 24 miles, and it's like, yeah, I can't even tell where I've been or not been on this map.
Just going back and forth.
Back and forth, you know. Oh, I've seen that rock before. I'm on the wrong path, you know, move over 2 feet. Keep going. My dog
that's
hates
great.
me for it too because I go so slow, and he's like,
Oh yeah.
he's off in the desert running, having fun. And he's like,
Yep.
yeah, I'm not hanging with you, idiot.
Are there any rabbits or anything out there for him to
I
chase?
did see a rabbit this trip.
Okay.
Man, they got some long ears out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, are they jackrabbits?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fast.
Yeah, they are.
And my dog's stupid, doesn't even see them. Not that he could catch one anyway, but
Oh me. Oh, that's funny.
enjoy it. I had a great time out there, 4 days jeeping and hiking and just exploring all out. And
Yeah.
a lot of good rocks,
Hmm.
I was out there hunting crystals, so I got a few.
Okay. Okay.
Some are better than others. Wish there were diamonds, but hey,
Well, that would be sweet.
yeah, that's what the
Yeah.
wife said. Don't come home unless you're bringing diamonds. There's no diamonds out here, sorry.
If you
Lots of
show her a
crystal.
quartz and you say this is a diamond with that.
Let's, a couple of them I found. Let's see. Stuff like this.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's nice.
It's small. I can't really do anything with it. I just add it to my collection. But
Now-
some of the bigger ones I can do stuff with. These are sunburned.
Oh,
And once you polish them, I haven't cleaned any of these either. Once you polish them and clean them, they're crystal clear,
huh.
which is cool. Yeah, I got a pile of rocks.
Now, do you tumble those or do you?
Some.
Okay.
I don't like tumbling. I mean, I'll tumble this crystal because
Okay.
it's already beat pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I'll tumble that. But the ones that are in the spear forms,
Yeah.
like this crazy thing, there's no way I'm going to tumble that. It would just break apart.
Yeah.
And when I looked for rocks, I picked up one, just a piece of quartz, but it's got a great pattern to it. So I'll cut this up and make stuff and tumble it.
Yeah. It almost looks like marble.
Yeah. I found a huge boulder, and I was like, well, I don't need that big a rock. I got tons of rocks,
I like to see you
So I
pack
was
that up.
like, oh, there's a little piece right there on it. I grabbed that one.
I was wondering if you put straps on those big old rocks and threw them
Oh,
over
I
your
used
bag.
to.
No
You
kidding.
wouldn't believe how many times I put 150 pounds in the pack and got one in my arms hiking out.
Man. Oh
That's
man.
dedication.
There you go. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So, Don, anything? I mean, y'all got Thanksgiving plans, you guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, just that me, my wife, and my son that's here. We're not going to see
Yeah.
family or anything. It's a
Yeah.
little too far. Yeah, we're just hanging out here, gonna make a meal and just have a fun day. So
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only 3 of us here, so we might do a turkey, little one. When the wife told me that, I was like, oh, so you want me to get like Cornish game hens or something?
Get prairie chicken. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to run up to Kansas City. My niece, it's going to be a smaller group this year, but we'll go up there and be with her. So that'll be good. And then next year I got a couple of things going on. I got a grandson that's getting married. That's making me feel really young. And then oh man. And then I am doing a wedding for my great niece. I'm going to do her wedding.
Nice.
So that's exciting.
It's fun to keep it in the family. I had my wife's stepbrother or family. He performed the wedding. It's like,
Oh yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah.
Keep it in the family when you're doing it.
I think it'll be good. She is a great kid, and she would always she called me and all my brothers great uncle, and I said, yeah, they're great uncles, but I'm the greatest uncle. And so then I became the greatest uncle. So she's the greatest niece, and I'm the greatest uncle. She's a good kid. She's a really good kid. Looking forward to that. So yeah, but I got a video that's coming out tomorrow. That's just sort of a Thanksgiving video, and that little clip with the pelican. I mean, that's a pelican out here, and then that haggard heron.
Yeah, that thing is bad.
he just looked like he was beat up, and I don't think I've ever seen a heron up in a tree before.
I've seen them along the rivers. We get a lot of blue heron up in Washington, and they'll hang out just above the water waiting. And once they see something, they're gone. But
yeah,
out here, where, like I said, where I'm on the Gila River, there's white ones everywhere out here.
Yep. Yeah.
Driving along, you don't even see them, and they'll fly off. And it's like, yeah, that's too late. I can't get a picture of that.
Yeah. I got those ones, but they came through here early. Let's see if I can find that picture again. But they came through here really early, and yeah, here it is. So yeah, that picture was probably a quarter mile away.
Nice.
That's cool.
So it was. Some of them are more challenging than others, but herons, egrets, all those big birds, they're so skittish.
Yeah. And there's no predators out here for them, so I don't know what they're worried about.
No. So, yeah, they're very skittish. My big goal for next year is owls.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You're gonna be sleeping during the day, being up at night.
Pretty much. What you gotta do. Owls are hard.
They're hard.
You hear them all the time when you're out there, but you hardly ever see one. And most of them, they blend into their environment. So it's
they so well. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are 4 state parks here in Kansas that you're supposed to be able to find them, and it's 4 different types. There's a short-eared, a long-eared, a barn owl, and a little one. I don't know what the little ones are called.
Oh, so you don't have the great snowy owl around there?
They come through, so sometimes they'll be.
They?
But they're not.
Yeah, I
here.
still haven't got to pick one of those things, but I've seen them flying down the road, and their wingspan is as big as your windshield.
Yeah. There's a guy, he's a YouTuber that lives in Eastern Canada, and he's got some really amazing pictures, but he's got one of a snowy owl flying toward him, and it's just the wing spread goes from corner to corner.
I mean, how do you not? I mean, how do you have the camera ready to take the picture? That's my biggest issue. Is like, oh, that was cool. It's way too late to grab the camera.
Yeah. I'm learning that I keep my camera set up, and I keep the shutter on rapid, and
so
my
you can just
camera
snap it quick, yeah. And
then just hold it down, and it's like a machine gun taking pictures.
Nice.
It'll take 27 shots a second.
Wow.
And
then so you can pick out some pretty good ones from that.
And you pick out the one that's the best. Yeah.
And I do that with the video a lot of times when I'm filming. Is like, I'll just sit there one shutter at a time going through the editing. That's the picture I want.
Yep. Yeah. When I was with Nicole, we were hiking. I just had the camera. I just left it turned on, and she didn't know that.
Nice.
So we got all kinds of stuff that I won't use.
I'm sure of that.
But yeah, there was some fun clips in there, but then good ones. And yes, her and Tim are hilarious. They're great. So,
Well, that was a great area. I mean, the Canyonlands and Arches. unbelievable. You're going back. I know that.
Yeah, I got to. I mean, I got to see Delicate Arch. Haven't seen Delicate Arch yet. We were there, 3
You guys
days.
are so close too. All you had to do was hike the lower path, and you could have got pictures of it from below.
Yeah. Yes, but I'll go back. So, yeah. Treasure says Neil says he saw a heron yesterday. The lake here has really been fun because it's been. I mean, like I showed, those pelicans were there. There was a northern harrier, which we typically don't have around here in Kansas, especially southeast Kansas. All kinds of birds that we typically don't see.
Yeah. I don't see much here where I'm camped. Crows.
And you got those big crows.
Yeah, they're not little down here.
No, they're monster.
They're
crows.
ravens. They're not big like some of the vultures and stuff like we have up in Washington.
Yeah.
Those are our big birds up there: the herons, the vultures, and the owls.
Do you guys turkey vultures where you're at?
We
not
do.
down here. Up in Washington, we do. They get big.
My wife and I were out walking the other day, and by this school there was like soccer fields and whatever. We counted 60. There must have been more than that, I'm sure.
Holy moly!
60 just all in one place, and they were just sitting there, perched
on the ground,
fence, the garbage can, whatever. It was crazy.
Yep.
The only time I see that kind of mess is with sometimes with the crows. You get a big old murder of them, but mostly it's the geese. Up in Washington, there'll be a huge pasture, and it's normally filled with elk. Not if the geese are there. You'll just see these heads poking up out of the grass through this whole field. And other times you'll go by that same place, which they have a pull off where you can pull off and take pictures of the elk and stuff like that because the herds flow through there. But yeah, not at the same time.
Huh. So the geese keep the elk,
or the elk keep the geese away. I don't know.
Who has dibs? I don't know. Yeah, where the lake is that I typically go to, Don, there's a dam up there, and the turkey vultures or buzzards, they get all in there, and there will be a bunch. But I don't think I've seen. You said you guys stopped counting at 60.
Yeah, so
That might be time to get back in the car.
Yeah. If they're start licking their beak at you, you know that you're in trouble.
I'm just glad they all just didn't get up and started to fly off, and we would have got rained on by something besides water. They would have taken off.
Yeah,
the geese are bad like that too. Because we get the up through Washington and Oregon, you get the migratory flow every year, and you'll get 500-600 of them buggers flying by. It's time to get an umbrella or take cover.
Incoming. You got incoming. Oh man. Yeah. What a mess. Literally.
Yeah.
Huh.
Seagulls are bad, don't get me wrong. Especially if you got food. You throw out a piece of bread and you'll have hundreds of seagulls in a minute. And where in the heck are they coming from?
Yeah.
We used to just throw French fries on the roof of the rig when we're out at the beach. And all of a sudden you'd just be surrounded with them. They don't miss a lick.
No.
Well, you find a lot of Olympia, Washington t-shirts, and they're already pre-stained. They already got all that on them.
It gives a whole new meaning to tie-dye.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I got an interesting story for you if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
So my mom a long time ago had given me some copies of a letter from my great-great-granddad, who was in the Civil War. He was part of the Arkansas 1st Regiment Mounted Cavalry. And this letter, and I just happened to be looking at it the other day, and because I didn't remember it, and he dated it July 22nd, 1861.
Wow.
He was in Benton County, Arkansas, which is where I live, and at a place called Camp Yancey. And I don't know where that is, but it's north of Bentonville a little bit, near Sugar Creek, which is the river that runs down in the middle of Bella Vista here. And
Okay.
so I put some feelers out to the historical societies and stuff. And guy got back to me, and he said he didn't recognize that name, but he was going to bring it up at one of their round tables or something they're going to have. But so my granddad, they were camped there in July, and they moved on up into outside Springfield, and he fought at Wilson's Creek.
Oh, really?
And ended up dying there, but him and one of his sons died there. And that's where I found out some other information. I went to the library there, and they had some copies of his service record and that sort of thing. So that was really interesting, and I can't wait to see where this camp is, because I probably walked right by it.
Yeah.
Where he was, and it was just neat to see those letters and stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had access to that. I know my family, when they came to Washington, came by wagon, and
Yeah.
property I bought in Washington was already owned by my family 100 years ago.
oh,
No kidding.
did you know it at the time you bought it?
No, I had no idea. Then my grandmother had done a huge genealogy dump, and reading through it, I'm like, they owned all this.
Huh.
And most of it's a preserve now. The old trading post is gone. But yeah, the Oregon Trail went, I don't know, a couple hundred yards from my house.
Wow.
And my
That's
family owned all of it.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, it sucks to have to buy property that's already in the family.
How come that wasn't handed down?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I know why. He was messing with the local Indians and got one of the squaws pregnant. So the Indians took care of him.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Okay.
One of those things you just didn't do back then.
No. So he probably didn't have any more children after that.
Nope. He had 2 boys with his wife, and I don't have any history on what happened with the squaw's child. They probably killed it.
Oh.
But yeah, the Chehalis Indian Reservation is still there, and it's a lot bigger because it used to be property my great-great-great-grandfather owned,
Huh.
But once he was gone, they took it over. They left the Oregon Trail alone because it wasn't safe. You start messing with stuff like that, you're going to get the Army involved, and
Right.
you don't want that.
Huh.
That's pretty wild that you just happened to buy that land coincidentally.
Yeah.
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 Well,
It's like it's
a couple 100,000 acres that he
wow.
owned. He owned a huge chunk. Between the reservation and the Olympic Mountains was all his,
Nice.
But people
Yeah.
that would go out there then, that would just, as far as you could see, that would just claim that that's mine.
It's crazy to think about.
It really
But
is.
back then, that's what people did. This
Yeah.
is my land here. You go
Yeah.
10 days that way, you're still on my land,
Yep. I told you about Nimblewill Nomad.
Mhm.
Nimblewill, he was 83 when he hiked the Appalachian Trail the last time, and oldest guy to hike it. But
I
he's
hope I'm
hiked.
still walking at that point.
I know. It's just crazy. But he had hiked. He was a triple crowner, so he'd hiked the PCT, the CDT, and the AT. He'd hiked the AT 3 times. He'd hiked every trail of westward expansion, and he was hiking the Oregon Trail. and I think he said he was in Wyoming. I think he said Wyoming. And he was going down this road, and he said he'd hiked for 25 miles down this road, and he comes to a house. And he went and he knocked on the door, and the lady comes to the door and she says, "Yeah, who are you?" And he said, well, he introduced himself, said, "I'm trying to hike the Oregon Trail, and everything I see, it comes right through here."
Yep.
And she said, "Well, you've been on our driveway the whole way. 25 miles of a driveway. That's just their driveway." And so she goes in and gets her husband, who, Sonny thought that, okay, I'm going to get shot now. And he comes out.
Not walking up to the house, though.
Yeah. So the guy says, "You just got lost, didn't you?" And he said, "No, I'm not lost." He said, "Yeah, you are. You're hiking that trail that goes from Mexico to Canada." He was talking about the CDT. Mm-hmm. He said, "You're hiking that trail." He said, "No, I'm not." He said, "I'm not hiking that trail. I'm trying to hike the Oregon Trail." He said, "Well, that comes right through my property." And he said, "Well, yeah, that's why I'm trying to get permission to hike
Keep
through
on
your property."
going, yeah.
And he said, "Well, wait here." And he goes in. He comes back out with a backpack. He says, "I'll hike with you through the rest of my property." He said they hiked for 3 days till he got to the edge of his property and said, "There you go. Just keep on going." He said, "I just wanted to get to know you." He said, "I've lived here for 70 years and no one has ever come up to my door hiking this."
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, I've traveled to Lewis and Clark as much as I can on the road. Same with the Oregon Trail. I've explored a lot of that on the road.
Yep.
But yeah, I couldn't imagine hiking 25 miles down a road and there's a house.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably stop when I saw it and tried to figure out how to go around.
Well, yeah. That's what, but Sonny is an interesting guy. He hiked the Chisholm Trail, and again, there's no, it's sort of like the Cherokee Trail that I did. Yeah. There is no Chisholm Trail anymore. You just got signs. But he was hiking it. He got hit by a car. Now he's 85 then. He gets hit by a car in Texas. And the word that we got was, he wasn't in good shape. It broke his pelvis and a leg in a couple of places. And we're thinking he's 85 years old.
Yeah.
So he called me and he says, "Dan, what do you know about this Chisholm Trail?" I said, "I know that it really isn't a trail." I said, "You're going to do a lot of road walking." And he said, "Yep." He said, and I said, "What are you doing? I thought you were," I wanted to say I thought you were dead, but I said, I thought you were in the hospital." He said, "Oh, I'm out of the hospital now." He said, "We're back on the trail." "What do you mean you're back on the trail?" He said, "Well, I'm driving the car. The other 2 guys are hiking it. I can't hike it right now because I got my leg in a cast, but I'm driving the car for him."
That's one of those guys. I'm shocked he wasn't hiking the trail in a cast.
The guy is amazing. He is an inspiration.
And I read part of his blog where he hiked Route 66 from Chicago all the way to LA.
Oh, yep. That'd be a good one.
On the side of the highway.
Yep. He loved road walking.
I hate road miles, though.
I do too.
I couldn't do that. I mean, I don't mind a dirt road once in a while, but that flat land is so hard on you.
Oh,
well, yeah. A lot of Route 66, where I used to live in Central Oklahoma, doesn't even have a shoulder. So you're walking in the ditch or, at least in the grass or something.
Or jumping into the grass
He said he had to do that a few times in that area too.
Yeah. I mean, he's an amazing guy. He really is.
I know I don't want to stop doing it anytime soon, but I'll tell you what, I went up a ladder today and almost blew my knee out. So
oh, Tony.
Oh, man. It's a constant issue. always hips,
Yeah.
knees, shoulders.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's the shoulder cups, so I can still wear the backpack.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
the walking's the only thing gives me the ability to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep beating that arthritis to heck,
Well, that's it. I mean, if I sit too long, I mean, like after this, it'll take me a while just to get out of my chair.
I hope I don't fall down.
Oh
I
my.
was like this morning, I got out of the hammock. It's like, I'm staggering. It's like, God, am I drunk? What's going on here?
I'm drunk. Oh me. Yep. Oh goodness. It's the things we do.
Hmm?
The things we do. I do miss it sometimes. I mean, the other day I just went out to this park just to spend the night. I mean, just to get out of the house because I just needed to. I'd had enough. So
Yeah,
went out.
I get to that point a lot. I mean, like
Yeah.
we left on Thursday, early on Thursday, and pitched my cot in the middle of nowhere. And pretty much every night I moved doing the same thing.
Wow.
Why not?
Yep.
Yeah, Dan, I got to come up there and hike some of that Elk River with you one day.
We're ready. Yeah, absolutely.
Let me know if you get a free weekend or weekday or something.
Dang,
Okay.
Roy. Was that when you're putting up your sign today or something?
Yeah.
Ouch.
With a T-post driver. That sounds rough. Yeah. Don, let's see.
Yeah,
Anytime.
exactly.
Weekdays
Honestly.
are better for me than weekends anymore. I don't know what your schedule's like.
Right now, it's pretty open.
Okay.
Mine too.
We
Probably
did like a
go wheeling tomorrow, but that's why I own a Jeep.
yeah. I saw a Jeep, Tony. I thought it was yours. It was out at the lake. It was by an RV, and it was white. Had the top off of it, and it had to do a double take. I had to do a double take.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not near any lakes.
No.
There are
He's
a
not in
couple
Kansas
of ponds
anymore.
out here, but
Oh, me. Oh, Don, if we did a Thursday, Friday, that would be good.
Okay.
That's good for you.
Yeah.
as long as it's over 40 miles,
Oh, this isn't 40 miles.
Don can do it.
This is
No,
15. It's going to take me 2 days to do it.
My wife walked 15 miles yesterday, just around Bentonville and Rogers on one of the paved paths there, and we've been trying to the Razorback Greenway like a little bit every week, but I've only been doing like anywhere from 7 to 9 miles.
Yeah,
on that.
yeah.
That's why I'm sore, because I went over my limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wandering around. Like I said, I'm just doing zigzags through the desert. Three days of doing that. Whew.
Now, did you
have 24 miles, I think.
And plus, you're carrying a lot of rocks.
No, I usually dump them when I go back.
Okay.
So I dump my rock bag out, grab a beer, sit down. Now I'm bored. Get back up, go on again.
What about water?
I bring all my water.
Yeah, you got to, don't you?
Yeah. There's nowhere out there, really, where I was, definitely no water to be had.
Yeah.
So I just throw a case of water in the back of the Jeep for me and the dog.
Man. Yeah. I guess is it considered high desert out there at Moab? What is that?
I don't know about Moab. I know here it's not. It's only 700 feet or something.
Okay.
I know Eastern Oregon, Eastern Washington's high desert. There's places in Utah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there now. It's snowing.
Yeah. It snowed on us big time.
My first night, it was 40 degrees in the morning. My second night, I went way deeper out into the hills, and it was 36 when I got up. But wasn't freezing. Yay.
There you go. There you go.
The only thing you brought was a t-shirt and shorts and a flannel, you know.
Oh no. I can't do that.
I had my wool blanket and my sleeping bag, you know. I always got a wool blanket under the back seat of the Jeep just in case. And a tarp.
Okay. Yeah, my Alabama blood, it's not that thick.
I'm good to go until about 45 degrees or sunset. Sunset out here, you get warm, hot all day long. I mean, it's 80 degrees right now. As soon as that sun drops, I'll be putting my flannel on.
Yeah.
And it'll still be almost 80 degrees, but that sun's gone. It's cold.
Now, Don, when you were in California, did you hit cold weather?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was like day 3 or 4. We had a pretty much ice storm all night. And it was cold. Yeah. We had frost and everything on the tent. Some of the moisture was blowing up under my tent. I didn't have it staked down to the ground very hard, and my blanket was wet, and yeah, I was miserable.
That would be.
Well, that's true, Roy. You could always get water from a cactus out here.
Isn't that pretty nasty stuff?
he's been staying out in Quartzsite over the summers.
Oh.
So if it's almost 80 degrees, I bet you he's wearing a jacket right now. He's one of the guys I went and saw this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Gave him a bunch of stickers and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's neat.
Well, it's neat to get people, you know, you see them in chat all the time, watch your live stream, stuff like that, but it's a whole different game when you actually get to meet them in person.
Yeah, it's great fun. And Don, you got to go out to Red River Gorge and do that. That's a good deal.
That sounds like fun too.
And it was pretty. I mean, we just from where everybody was camped, it was like maybe a tenth of a mile out to like the point on this rock where you could everybody was hanging out watching the sunset, and then we got out and watched the sunrise the next morning. And
yeah.
Everybody was around the campfire. Probably some people left after the first day, and then some people came in. So I would say there was probably 25 to 30 people there both nights.
Oh, wow. Really?
It's a big group. Yeah.
And then you have to bring your water there too, right?
Yeah. The nearest water was, I think, 1.5 miles or something.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. That's what
I didn't have any water that close.
No.
I stole it from somebody.
Oh, me.
But out here, when I go out in the Jeep, I always put a brand new case of water in the back.
That's smart.
My dog goes through the water pretty quick, so.
I bet. He's a big guy, so.
He doesn't eat much, but he goes through that water.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fur.
Yeah, which I left a lot of it out there too. Brushed him while I was out there. I try to do that every time I take him out, just brush him. I can spend an hour and still, there's more. There's more. That's one little square, you know.
They got a lot of fur.
Yeah, but that's what keeps them cold. It keeps them warm. Yeah, it works both ways for them.
Yeah.
Personally, I like to get rid of the hair when I get hot.
It's interesting how that does for them, though.
Yeah,
it does. Well, I think my brother and I are right now. We're planning on going to Spain next year, probably in September, October.
Going to do a hike out there?
We're going to do the Camino de Santiago.
Oh, nice.
I had
That's a
talked
good looking
myself out of it.
trail. If you want to
Yeah.
sleep in houses every night.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you sleep in
So your backpack's light.
yeah, you're eating well. You're eating well. But yeah.
Well, that's cool. I just mentioned that to my daughter last time I talked to her on the phone, and she should be back in the States somewhere around March or April. And I was like, hey, do you want to, hike the Camino with me? And she goes, well, I'll think about it because, I doubt she will, but you never know.
Yeah. No, she's back in the States. Where's she at right now?
Iraq.
Oh, she's deployed. Yeah.
Yeah. She's been over
Okay.
there since April, I think. So.
Okay.
Yeah, she just moved from one base to somewhere else, and she's been pretty busy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, being busy in the desert's a good idea.
Funny because it's actually pretty cold over there right now. She hates it. She's from Arizona and she loves it to be hot, And
Oh yeah.
it's been like in the 50s at night and 70s during the day. It's just so cold.
Luckily, I'm in Arizona, but I'm from Washington, so my thought on cold is closer to ice crystals than the 50 degrees we get every day. The hot is different too, because if it hit 80 in Washington at 98% humidity, I'd be dying.
Yeah.
And those days where it hit 100, 110 up there, oh boy, that's horrible. Down here, it hits 80, 90. All right, it's just hot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 41 here right now. No. Saturday, it was 72 degrees. It was great. And then the high yesterday was 50. So it's in that time of the year where it just swings back and forth.
Starting, yeah.
I couldn't believe
anything below 80's cold.
Yeah, that's right. I went over and talked to him yesterday, and I'm in a t-shirt. I'm sweating, and he just took his jacket off.
Oh my!
Yeah, he, like I said, he's been out there for a couple summers now, and dealing with the those high temps and stuff like that. And yeah, it's cold this time of year for locals.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, the locals when you go to the store.
What's that?
When you go to the store, you know who the locals are. They're wearing long sleeves, jackets, and pants.
Yep.
Us Northerners are wearing sandals, shorts, and t-shirt.
Yeah. Oh me. Oh goodness. Yeah, it's supposed to get to 30 tonight, and then tomorrow. Actually, no. Tonight's supposed to get to 26.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's cooling down.
Yeah, I've already brought in all my hoses and winterized everything. So.
Yeah, it can get down to 54 here. So I may not need the flannel.
Oh my. Yeah, it's that time of year. Oh me. But so what's coming up in the next week or two?
I had an opportunity and an invite to hike some of the AT in December, but it was just going to cost too much. It was only a 3-day trip anyway, and it's like I didn't want to, I couldn't really afford to go up to Oregon, so I was like, I can't really justify going out and hiking the AT right now. So
yeah. I was just talking to a friend of mine that lives in Irwin, Tennessee, and he said it's gone. Irwin's gone.
Yeah,
it's just gone. Yeah, that's too bad. A lot of damage come through.
Oh man, it's just.
I don't want to live over there. I'll stay over here. Thanks.
But that was such a bizarre storm. I mean, so bizarre to come up through that side of the mountains.
Yeah. It even got bad in Kentucky. I think we were on day 3 or 4, and my wife and her friends were hiking that day, and when it rolled up in there, and 60-something mile-an-hour winds and just blowing rain, and her friend almost had a tree fall on her. They ended up doing like 9 or 10 miles that day, and I was at the ranger's office when the power went out, so they had a lot of power outages and a lot of down trees. Yeah, that was the biggest struggle in the northern side that they had, was just after that storm. It was just so many blowdowns they were trying to have to go around or over, and they made it.
Yeah, they sent me
up in Washington. We get 60-mile-an-hour winds and stuff like that. But you come down here to the desert and you get 35, 40 miles an hour wind. They're horrible.
Oh yeah, because picking up all that sand, you getting sand blasted.
Oh, there's nothing to slow it down or stop it.
No.
Nope. Up in Washington, we got trees from the coast on in. It slows that thing down. So the wind is up above the tree line. Down here, it's a ground line. But we don't get the nasty storms that they do in the southeast for sure.
Well, there, they'd gotten all that rain, and it rain soaked the ground, and it rain soaked the roots of all those trees, and then that wind hit, and it just
tore everything up.
They showed me pictures of the mountains, and it looked like someone had combed the trees with a comb. All the trees on top of the mountains were just laid over.
Almost like when Mount St. Helens went off.
Yeah.
Because when I went up there after that was crazy.
Yeah.
Just to see everything just laid one direction flat out.
Yeah. Just amazing. So, too bad. I feel for them, man. It's hard. Yeah. But my friend there, he got drinking water on day 57 after the storm.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
How was he managing before that?
They were getting bottles. They had big service centers, big logistics nodes, and you'd go and get, a case of water from them. And that was a daily chore where
there's a reason to keep your water filter handy.
Yep.
Even though it's
he's a hiker, and I was asking him,
where's your water filter?
Use your filter. But they didn't have. They didn't even have any water in the house for 40 days.
Oh man,
there was no water coming in.
So were they just collecting water in buckets for the toilet or something?
They were going to the logistics nodes and getting cases of water and bringing them in. And he had a pool, swimming pool, and he left it full, and they would get water out of the swimming pool for all the non-potable uses.
Yeah, do laundry, and you have to do it in a bucket. And...
Yep. It was something.
Yeah.
72. Where is Odyssey at?
It's 80 here, so it's got to be north.
Yeah, water's still contaminated, except they did get some. Like from the reservoir to the water treatment plant, the line there was buried 20 feet underground, and it floated it out. It broke it. And so that line was gone. They had to replace that line. They had to, and then they got the treatment plant back up and running. So for where he's at, they just now got where they've got potable water that they can drink. So,
and don't get me wrong, I like bottled water. It's a lot easier. I'm down here where most of the water around here is salty.
Okay.
If it's off a well, but where I'm at in this site here, we actually have Colorado River water. That's still not great, but it's not salty and not contaminated, because it goes through the treatment plant. But
right.
when I was on the river, I filter at least my 2 bottles for my backpack every time.
Yeah.
So I got river water every time I go somewhere near a river or a lake or something like that. I'll filter and I'll drink that water. You know, that's better than
Oh, yeah.
coming out of my tap.
Yeah. 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 When you were, where were the Great Salt Flats that you were camped by when you
The
did
Great
that
Salt
video?
Flats, the
Yeah.
Bonneville Salt Flats.
Yeah. 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 That's where you were at.
We didn't use their water. I had a full tank in the RV. I had 90 gallons, so
Okay.
we didn't even hook up the water
Okay.
because there was nobody there to tell me whether it was good or not.
Sure.
And that's kind of water you can't even filter. It still tastes horrible after filtering.
Oh, okay.
And so,
Okay.
you know, you need a desalination filter to do that one.
Your reverse osmosis machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I've
Yeah,
done many times on the beach and up, you know, on the Puget Sound and stuff like that in Washington. We always, it's sunny out. We can make water, you know, easy enough. You just
Yeah.
do the old 4 sticks and put a plastic up, a cup in the bottom with a rock in the bottom of the plastic. Then you just pour water around it, and as it evaporates, it lands on the plastic. Get clean water in the cup.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, this is the way it is.
yeah. That's
Sand. The sand works
old
way better on the beach though than pouring it in the rocks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But out in the rocks, you'd set up your tarp if you wanted to. The same way. 4 sticks, hang the tarp up high, put a rock in the middle, put a container down at the bottom, and as soon as the sun starts hitting the rocks, all that moisture hits the tarp, runs right into your cup.
Huh.
We did that quite a bit in some of the places we went up there because there were no streams nearby. You had to hike a couple miles for a stream. It wasn't worth it.
So how much water do you get that way?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Enough to survive, but not a lot.
Okay.
And that was back before we had filters or anything too.
Yeah.
Which you still can't drink that salt water. It's horrible.
Yeah.
And a lot of places out here are still running wells, and they're all saltwater wells.
Huh.
Which is hard on your plumbing. It's hard on, you know, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can drink it. I filtered it with my Sawyer a few times. It tastes so bad, I don't want to drink it though.
But does it clog up your Sawyer?
Oh yeah, yeah. I ruined one season down here.
I would think so.
Just because stuff tastes so bad. Even running through, I think I got 6 filters in the RV. Even run through all those filters, it still tasted bad. So every time we're down here, we buy bottled water. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Oh, and I buy bottled water from Washington.
That's what I mean. We use bottled water here in the house for drinking and making tea and that kind of thing.
I've always got a bottle of Arrowhead handy.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. I would get the big 5-gallon bottles and jugs, and Walmart has a water dispenser there. You take and put your jugs in there and fill them up.
Yeah.
So
they have that here too. I find it easier to just, you know, I drink 4 or 5 of these a day. So
that's good. That's good. That's good.
Full of electrolytes, but hey. Got to
there's a lot more like minerals in the water down here in Arkansas than there was in Oregon. You know, river water up in Oregon was really clean.
Yeah, you could stick your face in the water up there and drink. I did for many years, you know, Oregon and Washington. Hi, Vanessa. I never been sick from drinking water. I mean, I don't know whether I've been lucky or what, but you know, I spent a lot of time hiking and camping over the years, and it's only the last few years that I actually carry a filter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother, he when we first were hiking, he said, "Oh, because we grew up in the sticks, and we drank a lot of water wherever it was from, and we, Dad, we'd get our house water from the creek that was about a mile away, and there was like a cistern, and it was a gravity fed thing that this thing would fill up with water, and then it would uh, sort of a siphon action to bring the water up to the house. And every once in a while, it would get an air pocket in it, so we'd have to go down, and he worked on it to get it, so it wasn't airlogged, bleed it all off. But it was not unheard of that Mom would turn on the tap and a crawfish would come through the faucet. It wasn't unheard of. So my brother, he said, "Oh, we're immune. We're immune." I said, "I don't know, Rick. I'm going to filter my water. We may be. I've been cityfied for too many years. I don't think I'm going to do it anymore."
Well, I know when I came down out of the mountains and started living closer to town for work and stuff like that, I built my water filter. Water filter's easy to make. So I had a big old 2-liter bottle that I would just scoop out of this nasty creek and dump in there. Except during salmon season. No, not even trying that one. Eat the fish if they're good, but not the water.
That'd be nasty. Nasty. Yeah. I was up toward Max's neck of the woods and in those streams there, and they were just thick from the salmon eggs, it was just thick. I was thinking, oh man, I got to find another source of water. I'm not going to get it out of there.
Yeah, salmon. I'm from Washington. We know better than to drink the water when the salmon are running.
Yeah.
The eggs are good, but the water is not.
Oh man. Well, guys, it's been an hour, believe it or not.
Wow, yeah.
So I will. I hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you too,
Give it a shot.
Thank you. What's that?
I'll give it a shot.
Good for you. Good for you.
I haven't barbecued a whole turkey in a long time.
There you go. No, we're probably not going to do a turkey. I think we'll probably get some ham or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my go-to is some ham. I'm not a fan of turkey, so. But
I like it.
Everybody else wants turkey, so.
Yep. I like the turkey.
And no stuffing. I don't know how I'm going to handle that. I'm going to have to make my own stuffing.
I'm not a stuffing.
I like stuffing, especially with the gizzards, the liver, and all the extras from the turkey.
Well, you got me hungry now. Now I gotta go eat.
My mouth's watering.
I gotta go eat. So you guys take care. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it a lot.
Thanks for coming on, man.
I'll
see you
shoot
next week.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm planning on it. I'll
try not to be out in the hills.
Okay.
Maybe.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Like to get Bika back on and see how her knee surgery went. So.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all take care.
All right.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Take care.